Today's video is not going to be about diet, even though we all know abs are made in the kitchen. Today I would like to talk about 5 things which I believe if you do not have these, then you're not going to see results even though you eat the perfect diet. And just like I felt really stuck this winter, I was kind of plateauing with my weight. It wasn't going down any further. In the past few weeks, I did 5 little changes and all of a sudden the weight just started falling off. And I'm going to guarantee you, if you apply at least one of the 5 things I'm going to share with you today, then you're going to start seeing results within the next 30 days. And before we get into these 5 steps, I want to say that what I'm going to share with you today is 50% of my success. The other 500% of why I was able to succeed is because I was actually doing the things I said I would do. So the very first one is the very most big one that has changed for me recently, and that is my identity. So recently I've realized how all this time I still was identifying as someone who is fat. And I do not want to say that there's anything wrong with being fat, absolutely not. I personally just have the desire to be super lean, super toned, and have like a slim physique. So no wonder that, to me it is actually a surprise that even though I had the identity of someone who is fat, I was still starting to see results within the last couple of years when it comes to, my weight loss journey. But really, if you have this kind of identity, it is really challenging for you to make these small little tiny actions, or to do these small little tiny actions that are going to bring you these everlasting results. And it's also very important that you not just act and view yourself as someone who's super lean for just 1 week or 2 weeks. It's really important that you adapt that new identity. It should become effortless for you to feel that way, even though if the outside reality maybe isn't reflecting that yet. It's really important, and that is the big change that I have made. So basically, whenever I would wake up, I would just already feel as if like my body is super lean. And also the 5th thing I want to share with you today is something that really helped me with that identity shift, because it can definitely be a challenge sometimes. But yeah, my identity changed, and that way also my actions changed, the things I was doing, and my outer reality started to change. The second thing is something that is definitely not a must. Just for me, it was probably a must because I'm someone, I do not really enjoy going for walks that much. I'm more of a person, like if I already go out and move my body, it needs to be something a little bit more intensive so I can like kind of channel my emotions, the frustration, the anger, the joy, all these feelings that I have sometimes. I tend to feel my emotions very strongly. So for me, it's very important to have something where I can kind of channel that into. So walking for me does not do that job. So I like to either go running or biking. And the thing with running, if you do it every day, it can start causing inflammation inside your body. Your body isn't having enough time to actually recover from a daily run. But I do still think it can be helpful to implement some sort, and it doesn't even have to be long, just 5 or 10 minutes of movement into your everyday life. And not just every second day, but really doing it every day on a consistent basis so that it becomes part of your routine. So I got myself a road bike. I absolutely love it. And for me, this has been a huge game changer because whenever I wake up, I like to go for a little bike ride right in the morning. And I also bike to, different places when I visit people, stuff like that. Instead of taking the train right now, I just take the bike everywhere. And it didn't really make that big of a difference for me, to be honest, but it's just not just for the fact of moving your body, and movement is also really helpful for your lymphatic system, but also just for the fact of my emotional well-being, since I now have something on a daily basis where I can kind of express my emotions. And then the 3rd one is that I started to have less stress in my life. I just started to be a little bit more relaxed about everything, even about the challenges. We all have challenges, we all have stressful things, but I started to kind of view these things differently. And something that also really helps here is to just spend more time with people who have a relaxing effect on your body, on your nervous system. And if you don't have anyone like that in your life right now, I'm going to talk more about that in point number 5. And then the fourth thing I changed, and that I guess is a little bit, just a little bit about diet, but really I'm still eating the same portions. I'm still always feeling satiated, but I did start to incorporate more high water content foods again. So last winter I've been eating quite a bit of like drier foods, like dried fruits, and more rice, more pasteurized juices. And while I do definitely think these things can still be incorporated, and I still have these things every once in a while, especially things like dried fruit, I definitely think that if you want to see faster results and you want to speed them up a little bit, I definitely would focus more on high water content foods. And especially now it's summer, like my body just craves things like melons, big salads, and things like that. So I've definitely started to incorporate more fruit again, more high water content foods, more salads, things like that. And definitely that has also helped. And then the last one, the fifth one, and that is also a really important one in my opinion, and that is just proximity, accountability in form of your human connections in your life, in form of the community around you. So if you're surrounded a lot by people who do not take care of their physical body, then it's just very easy to also be in that mindset of it's not that important, other things are more important. Versus if you surround yourself with other people who have the same kind of goals or who are already where you would like to be, it's so powerful. Like, I cannot stress this point enough. And I know this is something that's maybe not implementable for everyone, but I'm just here sharing my own experience that for me, I've met most of these people online. I've met some of them, through traveling and going to fruit festivals. But yeah, really, I went to LA last month. I spent a lot of time with Rudy and Anne and Terry, and all of them, are also high carb vegans. And Rudy, same as me, also had the goal to slim down. So it was really cool to have someone who wants to get to the same goal, releasing excess body fat as me, and also with the same or similar kind of approach than me. So that was kind of cool. And then I've just started finding more ways to just, even you don't even have to talk with these people, but yet even just like every once in a while I go to the gym. And obviously in the gym there are a lot of lean, athletic people. So that really helps with step number 1, or this first thing that I did, that I changed for my weight loss transformation, with adapting a new identity. If you're surrounded by people who already have that identity, like, it almost effortlessly becomes implanted in you as well. And that accountability that you can have with friends or with a coach, it's just so valuable. And if you still think you cannot lose weight because you don't have time, you have a busy schedule, and you cannot actually apply what I shared today, then definitely make sure to check out this video.